Well, welcome everyone. It's so nice to have you here this morning. My name is Joanie Parsons. I'm co-creator of RevelEleven. And this is such a beautiful time of year. And the solstice is right around the corner. It's this Wednesday. And for those of you who weren't in my class a couple years ago, we are going to go through a little bit of history and then we're going to do some journaling too. But I just want to welcome you and remind you that the solstice is actually this coming Wednesday, as I mentioned. It's the darkest and longest day of the year. And it's that time to connect with nature, to seasons and the time. This time to give us great pause and connect with something bigger than ourselves. There's so much more than we see every day. So everything in nature is dormant right now. And I always think that this is such a great time just to pause and take note and really relish in this and revel in this sacred time before the sun comes. And what the sun does as we go into our longer days, it begins to awaken the world and us as well. So if we connect to those cycles of nature, our personal growth cycles begin to deepen, and out of the darkness and silence of this time emerges new growth and time to blossom. And that's what we're here to do today. So before we go any further, I'd love to share go on a little journey with you. I put together some beautiful quotes and some thoughts about this time, and I hope you enjoy just a little bit of history here. And of course, my computer, there we go. So have somebody else joining us here. So the solstice meaning, just to kind of step back, like what does it mean? It's from Latin. Sol means sun, and sistere means to stand still. It's the point where the sun appears to reach its highest point or its lowest point in the sky for the year. I took this photo, all these photos are mine for the most part, and I took this photo driving back from Sun Valley. I had to stop and pause and take note. So I love this quote, and it really embodies what we're talking about. Winter is the dark womb of the Mother Earth. The roots and seeds of the plants and trees are asleep under the ground, storing their energy and waiting for rebirth. Winter solstice, therefore, is the peak of the power of darkness, an opportunity for resting, dreaming, and conceiving new life. So beautiful. So this is winter's midpoint. So as nature pauses, we are invited to do the same thing. So I want you to start thinking about what's blooming inside of you and what is ready to blossom when the snow melts. So these are powerful energies, as I've mentioned, and celebrating this darkness is really about the rebirth of the sun. And these energies hold powerful times for renewal, regeneration, and self-reflection. So let's go back for a moment and talk about ancient cultures and to know just how special this time is. So this is a photo of Stonehenge, and it was believed to be built for the solstice. And 2 times a year, the sun shines directly through the stones right on this time. And as I was doing a little bit of research in the last week or so, you can actually go online and see during the solstice at the exact time and see this happen live right in front of you in your home. And then the Mayans, this is Chichen Itza, they also considered the winter solstice be a great time of renewal and rebirth. And biannually, the sun on the day of the solstice actually climbs up these stairs. So that would be a beautiful time to actually be there. Wow. So you can see how important the solstice has been to the ages, and so why it's so important for us to take a moment for ourselves and to really deepen our sense of this time of the season. And this is actually in Peru. This is in Machu Picchu. And again, the winter solstice takes place in June there, but the light perfectly illuminates sacred rocks beneath the temple. And if you ever have a chance to go there, I would highly recommend it. So we're going to turn from history to the zodiac, and we're going into Capricorn. And so Capricorn at this time in the zodiac marks the start of winter. It inspires us to be wiser with our time and energy. And we'll be talking about that moment of time and energy. And if you've been wanting to make progress on any of your passion projects, harness this energy and you will devise a winning strategy. So just really be thinking of this before we go into our meditation about things in your life that you might want to get started, a passion project. Also, I just want to note, Elizabeth Gilbert had recently, or actually it was quite some time ago, but I just listened to it recently, this lovely piece on passion. And she goes, I was 5 years old and I knew I wanted to be a writer. And she said that this woman had gone to her lecture and she goes, I don't know what my passion is. You knew when it was 5, you made me feel the worst I've ever felt. And I don't have a passion. And she did this beautiful talk about, you know what? Passion is about exploration, and you don't have to have a passion right now. You can live into that passion or just live into life and joy, whatever that is for you. So at this time, you can rise to any challenge. It's all within you if you just step into it. So Capricorn reminds us, if you do have a dream, no dream is too big. You have all of the power within. Decide what your dream is. Say no to everything else that doesn't serve you. We'll be talking more about that. And I want to invite you to think about a morning ritual to support your goal. For instance, one of my morning rituals is to light a candle. And I have 3 words that I say every day that are important to me. And I'm not going to share those with you because I really want you to think about what that might be for you. So cheers to the candle. It's very powerful. So this time of darkness, this is a beautiful quote from Spirit Daughter. And if you go onto Instagram or her website, it's just a beautiful take on life. And I thought that this was a lovely quote to take us into our journaling. But this is a time of darkness. This is the darkest day of the year today. The darkness can teach you things about yourself that the light never could. And I have to say that from my own experience in life, that is definitely true. So, is everyone ready? I have my journal right here. Do you have your journal ready? And a little pen. And I do invite you to light a candle because we are going to do a little bit of meditation right now. And this is just to get you grounded into a moment for yourself that I'm so thrilled that you're actually taking time for just you today in this moment in time. So let's all get grounded and put your feet on the ground and close your eyes. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe. And let me take you on a little journey. Get in a comfortable position. Make sure you are cozy. And keep your eyes closed. Now, take a nice deep breath in and just notice, without any judgment, if the breath goes in and out of your body with ease or if there is holding. Take several more breaths. Just notice, and now take another deep breath and again, and just notice what you feel in your body. Now place your attention on your heart and gently place your hands over your heart and just notice what you feel. Notice if there's any anxiety, stress, sadness, anger, or any tension. And please do that without any judgment. Just feel. Now let's take a journey down into the beautiful Mother Earth. Breathing now into your stomach, your pelvic bowl, your thighs, your knees, your calves, feel your ankles, and feed those in your entire body and feel them root down into Mother Earth. Feel as though you have roots going into Mother Earth. And as you go down with roots further and further into Mother Earth, you will notice its beautiful crystalline nature. And then go down further. And further. Until you notice the fire within the earth. Notice the fire keeper tending the fire. What does it feel like? What does the warmth feel like? Here we can bring any and all tensions, stress, sadness, grief, or heartache, or anything else that no longer serves you, that you may have noticed in your heart. And now just give it to the fire. Give it all to the fire. Throw it in there, toss it in. However you want to get rid of those, throw them into the fire. Give them to the fire, knowing that Mother Earth can now alchemize all of those energies for you into a beautiful, warm, and loving energy you can use for healing at this time. Watch as your stress, your tension, and any heartache is alchemized in the fire, and just watch it burn. Now, breathing in the beautiful, warm energy, this beautiful, warm energy that you now have. Let's bring it back up through the earth now. Through your feet, your ankles, calves, knees, thighs, into your pelvic bowl, up through your stomach, and back into your beautiful, beautiful heart. And just feel that energy. And now, breathing in, just allow yourself to sit more easily in your heart and in your body and notice. Breathing in and out again, just allow yourself to fill the chair you are sitting in and slowly begin to feel and wiggle your fingers and toes. And when you are ready, slowly come back to us right here, right now. And if you want to share in the chat how that experience was for you, we would love that. Peaceful and quiet. Even my dog sighed a heavy sigh of relief. Just what I needed. Love throwing my worries into the fire. I'd love for you to use this meditation when you need it. I find that it really grounds me into a beautiful place that I can toss whatever I'm worried about into the fire. And there is so much letting go, as Christina just said. So thank you for taking that journey. Ruth said, emotional, I will use it all of the time. I use it all of the time. Okay. So one of the, before we get into our journaling practice, I just want to have you think about for a moment what I'm forgiving before 2023. And again, this is from Spirit Daughter. Just want to make sure she gets all the credit. But, and read this to yourself as I read it out loud about how important it is to realize things that we need to be aware of before we move forward. So what I'm forgiving before 2023, all of the times I said yes and meant no. I can say with two hands that I say yes more than I say no. When I didn't listen to my intuition, and we as women all have beautiful intuitions right here, and we're so tied to the earth that it's all within us to listen to. The times I forgot to slow down. When I didn't allow all the tears to fall. The moments I let pass without gratitude. And the magic I missed out of fear. So I just thought that was a beautiful reminder as we go into our writing. So first of all, for our first journal prompt, what is no longer serving you? What do you want to leave behind? And you don't need to share in the chat. Don't feel like you need to do that. But we would, but please take 2 minutes to, and I'm going to time this so that we have a timing, but 2 minutes, what no longer serves you. And I will be sharing these slides later. So 2 minutes. You have 30 seconds left. And wrap that section up. I want to invite you to take these 2 minutes, but to maybe even later today or later this week, or even on the solstice, to continue thinking about some of these questions and giving you that moment in time to really hone in on how important these questions are. So I love this next one, and this is something I've been personally thinking about a lot in my life. But in order to move things forward, you have to subtract things from your life. And this is different than what's no longer serving you. But as busy people, we tend to take on too much. I'll raise my hand to that. 2 hands. And what would you subtract moving forward into the light that is maybe something you're doing that doesn't bring you joy? Or is it maybe you're on a board, or you get together with your book club? I mean, whatever it is, think about what you can subtract from your life in order to give you more time, which we'll be talking about next. So what would you subtract from your life, or things? Could be stuff too. 2 minutes. About 30 seconds. Go ahead and wrap that up. So the next question is, once you've subtracted these things from your life, you either have more time, more space, more room for whatever it is that you want to bring in. So when you have created this space in your life, whatever genre that is, what would you like to bring in to replace it? Now, this is more about thinking about the positive things, because getting rid of things is the stuff that no longer serves you, right? Part of that. But now, what do you want to bring into your life? 2 minutes. We have about 30 seconds left. Go ahead and wrap up that section. So now we get into some fun things. So I've been thinking about joy a lot. I've been thinking about a lot of things lately, but one of them is joy. And I was just reading this beautiful speech by a friend of a friend, and she was doing a commencement speech in Chicago to a bunch of young attorneys, and she had people write down 50 things that brought them joy. I'm only going to have you write down 10. But think about, and maybe you could do 50 later, but these are the things that bring life to you every day. So write down 10 things that bring you joy. 2 minutes. You have 30 seconds left. Of course, you can write down more than 10, like I said. And go ahead and wrap up all of the things that bring you joy. And as we've discussed through this morning's presentation, This is a time for new beginnings. And as the sun begins to hit the earth, like everything's dormant now, but it's starting to think about all of these new beginnings, and how eventually they're going to blossom. What would you like to nurture into this time of new beginning? 2 minutes. Has there been something dormant in you that you want to bring to life? 2 minutes. Seconds. You can go ahead and wrap that up. I love this. Aparna says, music, reading, writing, talking to my friends, good food, spiritual talks, watching intellectual videos, teaching, sharing, pets, humor. What more could you ask for? That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing. So with all these things that we've been talking about, if you would commit to doing 1 or 3 or 10 things every day towards your vision, whatever it is, what will happen? 2 minutes. Seconds. For the last writing journal entry, I would like for you to write a love letter to yourself, to you and only you. We forget to love on ourselves. We're sometimes have so many things negative to say about ourselves, but I want you to write a love letter to you, and take 3 minutes to do so, starting now. All the love in the world just for you. There's 1 minute left to love on you. Thirty seconds. Go ahead and take a few moments to wrap up. I would love if you would share in the chat how this journaling has been for you. Have you learned anything? What are you taking with you? As we're wrapping up here, you can see this quote from Rumi: "Let yourself be silently drawn by the strange pull of what you really love. It will not lead you astray." Christina said, "Keep writing a love letter to myself. That is so special and needed." Thanks, Christina, for joining today. The love letter was difficult, but I think that means it was absolutely necessary. I will strive to do this more regularly until it becomes second nature. Liv, I love that. We so rarely give our time and space to think about all the wonderful things that we are. So thank you. I hope you do that on a regular basis. Or join me. I'm going to do this every equinox and solstice. It's just such a beautiful celebration of the seasons. Lauren says, it's a roadmap for my goal to live a value-based life that is based on my intentions. And Arden, this has been great. My big takeaway, no phone in the bedroom so I can reflect and meditate. I mean, just giving our time space around not having our cell phone in front of us is just a beautiful gift. And you can also see how long 2 minutes is for writing when you're not interrupted. Ruth, this has been a discovery. I'm going to keep it going. I like the idea of looking for what is dormant. Thanks, Sarah. Ashley, it's important to take time to see myself and appreciate how far you've come. So true. So everyone, if you are interested, I have a couple more places in a retreat in January, and we're going to be doing a lot more of this. There's just 2 places left. It's up in Roslyn at our retreat house up there, and it's a beautiful snowy time of year. So there's more information on the website if you would like to join. But with that, it's so lovely to share this time with you today, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. We're going to take the next couple of weeks off for RevelEleven and start up in January. So thank you for being huge supporters, and we love our community, and thank you for being a part of it. Have a splendid, beautiful day. And before we leave, Juno wants to say hello. So here's Juno. He's like, okay, Mom, time to go.